Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. I am Tanish Fortson, your favorite virtual embroidery coach. And as you can hear, I am a little under the weather. My kids have given me the cooties, so I am a little sick. I feel okay, but I sound terrible. I've been drinking tea, trying to get my voice back, but nothing's working. So I'm just gonna let this virus run its course. But I don't wanna miss another week's video, so the show must go on. I have a very quick, simple, and fun project for us tonight. We are making my daughter's teachers some bag tags, and it's just gonna have their name on it, and the theme will be the school colors. That is pretty much all. They can clip like their ID or their keys or whatever to get in the building on this bag tag. So let's head over to the software. We are going to digitize the bag tags. Now, disclaimer, this is not really a tutorial, so to speak, because this is my first time doing this. I've never made a bag tag. I've never did anything in the hoop. So I've just been kind of watching what other people have been doing. So we're gonna mimic that process. I mean, if you know how to digitize, then the steps, you already know that it's applique. There are certain things that you're gonna know already as a digitizer. So let's head over to the software and then I will show you the materials that I'm using. Okay, I already have all three of the teachers' names. The blue font is called Subscriber by Zen Art Studio, and the green font is called Starfish Script by the same seller on Etsy, which is Zen Art Studio. Now, under the draw, you're going to go to the drop-down menu and select the shapes, and you're going to make a square. And then you're going to use that same drop-down to make a circle. Now you're going to go into merge a design. You are going to click on hearts and import the heart that you would like. Then you're going to size the heart to the size that is suitable for your design. All of mine are about 4 inches or a little bit smaller because these are bag tags. After getting the correct placement and your sizing perfect to fit your bag tag, you are going to start sequencing for applique, and we are going to do this manually. So you are going to start making copies. I am adding my colors to signal my machine to stop, because remember, every time you add a color change, this is a signal for your machine that it's an applique process. Because we're not using the applique button, we are setting this up manually. I am sequencing the order and I am adding my stitch types, which are run stitches, which will tell my machine that, oh, this is a single run, or oh, this is a double run. So now that I have all of my stops, and I even added extra stops for me to insert the fabric underneath the hoop so that we can cover the back part, I'm going to add my final covering stitch, which are satin stitches. And I even added a double run on top of my satin stitches just to make it stand out a little bit more, give it that extra flair and kind of break up that thick satin stitch a little bit. Now, the last thing to do is to go in and add that little hole, because we are going to attach this to a keychain. So I'm just adding the hole, and I got that from the draw, and I use the shapes icon again. That tool is extremely handy when you don't want to manually do it. So I'm just placing the hole in a position that is best suited for that particular shape. So for the square and the circle, it's going to be in the center, and for the heart, it is going to be on the left side. And to make my job a little easier, I just made 3 copies of those holes and distributed each hole to the bag tags. That way I wasn't manually making 3 of the same thing. You just want to copy and paste, use this as a strategy to move faster and work smarter. At this point, I am pretty much done. I'm just doing some minor tweaks, moving things in the correct place. So as I stated earlier, this was not a full tutorial because this is my first time doing this. If you do need further instruction on digitizing or digitizing concepts, I do have a course that is available and open for enrollment. It is called Stitch by Stitch and it will be linked below. Okay, you're going to need some of this clear vinyl and everything I got from Amazon. You're going to need zip ties. You're going to need your ribbon, and this is just if you choose to use ribbon. When I see all the girlies doing this, they're always decorating it with cute ribbon. This is all that I had. I didn't have any like really cute fancy ribbon in those colors. You're going to need some wire keychains. This right here is just to cut the hole in the middle. I don't even know if it'll work. Like I said, I've never did this before. And you're gonna need like your glitter pieces to put inside to make it sparkly. I am gonna start off by hooping some tearaway stabilizer. We are using our 8x13 mighty hoop. I'm just hooping the tearaway stabilizer. I have my design pulled up. I have my presser foot set to 1 because there is no fabric or anything. I'm just gonna do the placement stitch right now as this first one. I'm gonna change the active feed. Let's go. I'm only using 2 colors, which are orange and white. A lot of these thread spools aren't even stitching right anyways. Oh, my parts came in for the machine. Let me show you. So these are the new feed rollers for both machines, and then they gave me some grease. So I'm gonna see when the technician is available to come out. And some of you guys have asked me to record the process. So I will ask the technician if it's okay if I record him and what he's doing to my machine. Let's trace the design. All right. When it went to do a tie, it like put a hole in my stabilizer. All right, so here is the material. I never see anyone use heat and bond, so. All right, this is pretty thick, so I'm gonna change my presser foot. All right, let's go again. Okay, so now I am going to trim the applique, and then the name is gonna stitch. We'll take it from there. Need to be gentle so that you don't rip the tear away. See, like it's like a, I don't know, this material on the back is kind of sticking to the tearaway. So I'm not sure if it's okay to use it. I don't know if other people experience this. So I usually do a double run for the tack down stitch, but I didn't do it this time because I wasn't sure. But if I ever do these again, I'll do a double run again. All right, so now the name is gonna stitch. So let's get this back on the machine. I've tried to stitch on leather before and it hasn't worked, and this material reminds me of leather, but the stitches actually look really nice. All right, so the names have stitched. There was one error and it was my fault because I changed the speed while the R was stitching. I did get 2 thread breaks. I wanted to slow the machine down because of those 2 thread breaks. It wasn't a needle break, it was just thread. So when I slowed the machine down, it was stitching the R, and the thread is a little loose right here. I could go back over it, but I'm not gonna worry about it because now we're gonna put the clear vinyl over it and it's gonna push it down anyways. Also going to add some glitter. So there's a few ways you could do this. When I digitize it, I could have digitized it to go 2/3 the way around and then pour it in. But I'm just gonna pour it on top and let that be. It's gonna scatter, but I don't really do these in real life. These are just gifts, so I'm not like a stickler about anything that I don't continually stitch. All right, so now we are tacking down this, and then as soon as this stitches, we're gonna put the bottom vinyl. Ooh. So the only thing I don't want is for the needle to go over it and it's just like stuck halfway on and halfway off. All right, so this piece right here, we are going to stick it underneath, but we're probably gonna need some tape. This is the front and this is the back. I use double-sided sticky tape, but it's actually not holding very well. So now we are going to trim this side and the bottom side. And let me fix the presser foot right now. All right, let's go cut. See, I feel like I put too much in there. All right, this is finally done. I'm so happy because I was getting thread breaks. I got about 5, which is unusual for me, but I don't have my settings dialed in for this. This is my first time doing this, and it's rather thick. So I think once I master my settings, I would be okay. But I plan on doing this for my daughters, and then that's it. This isn't something that I would do all the time. And baby, let me tell you, I see why people use that clear sheeting, because this tearaway, one sheet did not hold up. It looks nice. My glitter isn't like really moving and you can't even see the name. So I'm not even sure what's going on with that. I started trying to assemble the ribbon the way that I want it, but let's go ahead and pop these. Look, they're already like halfway out. All right, so I'm just gonna clean it up a little. I would say maybe if I did this again, I would use plastic sheeting around the edges. It's not neat enough, and I feel like I'm gonna burn it. All right, so I found this, and where's the other one? I have this one. I feel like my hole, I don't know if it's too big or not. All right, let's start assembling. All right, so I assembled everything. I just made an X out of all the ribbon. So I used all the ribbon twice except these center 3, and I'm just putting that in the middle. And actually, I'm gonna get another of this iridescent color because I think it's pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this, it needs to be a bow. So I'm gonna put this right here on top because I want that one to be my bow. And now this is that wire luggage tag. I'm gonna slide it under, and now I'm gonna screw it. And then this is where my little zip tie comes in. If you have a clear zip tie, I think that will work better. And if it was thinner. I used to have thin ones when I make bows. I actually might have some. Let me check. No, I don't see any. I'm sure I have them somewhere though. I don't know if it's supposed to be this full. I think it's a little overkill. Yeah, let me cut this off and take some out. All right, I'm back at it. I only took out like 3 pieces. I don't even know that it's gonna make a difference. I don't use these for applique anymore, so I'm just gonna cut it with that. And now I'm gonna pull up the orange ribbon, and I need something to poke this. All right, let's fix these edges. Carefully burn them. All right, here is the final product, you guys. I love it so much. This little bow. I do need, for the next ones, I do need to cut the bow that's gonna be the center a little bit longer than the other pieces. And I think it'll look better with a thicker ribbon as the bow. I just don't have any. This is all the colors that I have, and probably a satin ribbon will look better. So this is super, super cute to me. You know, you can tag it to your bag or your backpack or your roller bag if you're a teacher. And here are the other ones. I'm gonna assemble them tomorrow because I am really tired and really sick. So I'll just throw in some pictures of how all of them look together. So this one will probably hang like this. These are the cutest. I am going to make my girls some, but they're gonna be really girly and colorful, and Skylar's may have a rainbow or something. And I'll probably use, instead of the white, I'll use one that has color. Let me know if you guys will be making something like this. Do not forget, if you are into digitizing and you're ready to learn, I do have a digitizing course that is available for enrollment. If you are looking to join or link up with a bunch of other stitchers, I do have my private community, which is called Embroidery Mastery. So all of that will be linked below. All of the Amazon links will be linked below as well. And leave me any questions if you guys have any. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you are into this type of content. I will see you guys in my next video, and hopefully I will be feeling better. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.